you're going to email yourself the green screen stuff. Notice it should look a little bit better here. Click download. Usually I'll go into show and folder, but I think we just figured something new out that we can just take it and drag it right from here to your desktop. So I just drag it right into folder 1. Then once you get it in folder 1, you're going to open up Photoshop and Bridge, which I should have had opened already. And it's going to be basically the same stuff that we just went through, but I'll quick go through how to tweak this a little bit better. All right, so while we're waiting here, who can raise their hand and tell me why we open up Bridge? Why is Bridge so important? Chase? Yep, way to transfer our photos into Photoshop. It's pretty efficient. Yep, Grace?
We can see different parts of the photo, so the frames or how the camera looks.
Yep. So yeah, frames or see different information about the photo. So yep. So shutter speed, right? How big the hole was in front of the camera, and then let's see, Brandon, what have we been using a lot already? Right when we grab the picture off the internet. What's up? Yeah, open it in Photoshop, and when we get it off the internet, what can we already see? So say I'm in Bridge right here, and I get a photo off the internet. Man, this is taking forever. What do I usually see down here? Pixels. What is this information right here? So DPI, pixels, dots per square inch. So in every square inch. So if we look up on the board here, say this is my square right here, and it's an inch by an inch. If it says 200 by 200, that would mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 200 dots this way, 200 dots that way, and it would just keep on filling the picture. So if it says 200 by 200, that's not a lot of dots. It's going to get really grainy, really pixelated. So that's what we can find out right away when we open stuff up in Bridge. The picture we took off the internet, that's good enough quality to use. Okay? So right away when I click on my picture right here from my iPhone 5, again, I need to get inside my camera and get that lens cleaned up. But you can see that's a lot better quality than most of the stuff you see on the internet. So we're going to go ahead, open with Adobe Photoshop. That should open right up. And I'm going to try to get rid of that seam here eventually. I got to get a curved area going on. But again, remember we're going to go up to Select, Color Range, and then right in here we should be able to click on the green, and then we should be able to mess with the fuzziness so that your object is all black and then the background is all white. And then you're probably going to want to click Invert, and then that should select your object, and then click OK. So then that should really quickly select your object. If you see right here that it didn't select it very well, like some of this shadows is throwing it off, you could go ahead and try it again. So we could go Select, Color Range again, and we could mess with seeing it a different way. So we can see right there in the white map that it's not selecting it the way we want it to. So we'd have to mess with our fuzziness a little bit more. So see how that will hopefully bring it in a little bit better. All right, so that's, you're gonna have to mess with that. Again, it looks like either my picture quality was a little bit off. I needed to light it, so I'll put a light over there so you can get rid of some of those shadows. But you should even be able to flip to one of these other tools and add and subtract from it, and then eventually you're just going to drag it out to your next project. Okay, so we're going to be messing around with the green screen. If stuff is lacking, let me know, because then I'll have to color stuff a little bit more. I'll figure out a way to light it a little bit better if it does what it's doing right now.